Hi, I'm Richard and I'm here with Lorna, one of the Healthcare Business Development Managers for Ultrapolymers. Lorna,
Yeah.
how have you found COMPAMED so far?
Yeah, it's been great. Like, I haven't been here now for the last couple of years, but this is the first time I've been over in some time. It's great to see some of our existing customers. Great to sort of see what's going on in the industry, what the talking points are, what the new trends are, and just to kind of really be in the heart of what's going on in medical technology, really, in Europe and globally, because there's so many international visitors coming here as well.
So you mentioned sort of the talking points. What kind of things have you been talking about most at the moment?
Yeah, well, obviously, Ultrapolymers, we just have a wide range of manufacturing partners.
Yes.
We distribute everything from polyolefins to some of the, in certain regions, very high performance engineering materials. For example, in Ireland, we supply SABIC innovative materials. So it's opening up new discussions. I suppose one area that we focused on for this year's COMPAMED is to look at the tubing market.
Okay.
And if you look around you, there are so many different companies here that are involved in manufacturing tubing, because there's so many different types of tubing applications in healthcare, starting with fluid delivery tubing or air delivery tubing for breathing sets, feed tubing for enteral feeding, urinary catheter tubing, right up to some of the very high-performing, minimally invasive catheters. Some of the ranges of materials we see are, not materials that we would typically have had within our portfolio, but in recent years, due to regulations, due to changes in, for example, the PFAS discussion point, this is something that is causing some concern to some medical device manufacturers. They're looking at alternatives to typically PFAS-containing materials, which are forever chemicals. So basically, they will never degrade into the atmosphere after use. And we have potentially got a new development going with some customers looking at alternatives to PFAS-containing or fluoropolymers, typically. Yeah.
What kind of challenges are people facing in trying to find alternatives to these materials with the PFAS present?
Yeah, well, I guess for a number of years, PTFE is a very common material used in these type of minimally invasive tubing applications. It's used because of its lubricity, because of its high temperature performance. It depends on case-by-case application, but it really has been the working horse for a lot of these tubing applications. But the challenges are, if regulations come in and PFAS is banned, tubing manufacturers and the OEMs that they supply are going to have to find alternatives.
So are you finding that people are motivated to find an alternative, or do they think that the regulations may potentially sort of be watered down?
There's always that, but people still are asking and they're trying to be prepared, because if the regulation comes into play, they won't have very much time to turn around and find alternatives. So what we're seeing is a lot of customers are in the background working on new initiatives, looking at new materials, developing new solutions alongside their existing main market area. So that if and when the regulations do come into being, which we believe they will have an alternative to move forward with.
Okay. And what kind of questions should they keep at the front of their mind when they're looking at selecting an alternative material with hopefully no PFAS content?
Well, I mean, it's obviously the mechanical performance is going to be critical to how the material processes. It's probably not going to be a drop-in solution, so a lot of development work will need to be done. And this is where Ultrapolymers can come in, because we can offer them multiple solutions, but also we can offer with advice on the actual processing of the materials in conjunction with our suppliers, and given that full sort of confidence that anything they need in terms of regulatory support, in terms of technical and processing assistance, and obviously looking at the overall commercial package and making sure that we're delivering the right solution for their needs.
So it's really about just coming to the table with clear requirements and really bring the right people to the table. So that's the distributors you mentioned, like Ultrapolymers, the specifiers, the quality team, and also the processing teams within the customers to really understand what is possible.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what we do. We try and ask those questions. What are you trying to achieve? What are the unmet needs to your existing materials? Or what are the challenges you're facing with the existing materials based on environmental issues or regulatory issues? And, talk to us at Ultrapolymers. We can help you find a solution.
Super. And I've got one last question. You say it's your first COMPAMED in a while.
Yeah.
Have you found it any different, or what struck you as a change since you were last here?
I guess it is much more international than I would have noticed in previous years. So, I mean, that's just the nature of global manufacturing, isn't it? There's supply chain is really important. People are looking for, you know, trusted partners. But ultimately, we've seen a lot of local customers from DACH region, from Ireland, you know, obviously where I'm based. But yeah, I think it's getting bigger, the show. It's getting bigger and expanding more. Yeah.
Healthcare very much is a global industry. It always was. But I feel that with recent changes, maybe that's only going to grow.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Wonderful. Lorna, thank you so much for your time and your insight. And if you've got any questions, please do reach out to Lorna. Her contact details will be in the video and the comment details below.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you.